Hi, this is Ed Rushman for the Whitestone Journal. Sunday's reading yesterday was, the first reading, was Abraham and the three strangers that show up. So in hospitality, if strangers came to your door, if you had a door, he had a tent, the idea was that you would welcome them and provide hospitality, food, the rest. People, moving across a vast desert and everything, they wouldn't survive if people didn't help them. And we won't go into, how these things come about, that people essentially evolve customs and ways to support their way of life and everything. But the interesting thing is, three people show up in the desert, and the first thing that I noticed was that Abraham doesn't just sit there and wait for them, to come over and invite themselves to dinner. He runs out to them and is very, very kind and, says, let me, please do me the favor of letting me provide for your needs. And that kind of courtesy is so largely lost right now. And I was thinking about the refugees, and, there's a lot of different kinds of refugees. There's the ones that actually bear that name. But the people that are coming here from our southern neighbors, at least, they're refugees too, in the sense that they're economic refugees, and certainly they're fleeing violence, but they don't seem to get that status. And we haven't been as welcoming as we could be. We have all these, especially for all the undocumented Americans that are here, people that are Americans in everything except having the right papers. They're working, they're raising children who are often American citizens because they were born here. But for refugees from other places, there's some folks that are really pushing against the idea of taking people in, but this is what we've been doing. This is our way for a long time, is to take people from countries that were having problems. When there were severe economic problems in Ireland, we took not all, but we took a very large number of people in. And the net immigration, the net movement of people right now is not so much, inward. It's kind of stabilized, probably because of the economic problems we're having. But I don't know. It's worth it to think about Abraham and his attitude toward the people that were out there in the desert. Of course, there turned out to be, God or angels or something, depending on how you read it. But there's also the scripture that says that sometimes people have entertained angels unawares. It's entirely possible that if we maybe return in some ways to being more open to refugees and to immigrants, maybe one of them will solve our problems, or maybe one of their children will. Certainly a lot of really big inventions, a lot of advances came from immigrants here. And when we keep people out, we're taking away one of the options for our own salvation. As a country, not personal salvation necessarily. Although maybe one of them will come up with some idea that really changes the country in a wonderful way. Something to think about. Maybe be more welcoming, show greater hospitality like Abraham did. Don't wait for other people to push their way in, but reach out to them. Ed Rushman, Whitestone Journal.